Previously in X-Men, the specter of death and rebirth loomed over the X-Men for a couple of years in the form of the mysterious Siege Perilous. It was only well after Rogue was pulled in as an act of heroic self-sacrifice that Psylocke telepathically coaxed her teammates to walk through as well. While Dazzler reappeared in California, Colossus in New York, and Psylocke in Southeast Asia, there has been no sign of the first to go through, Rogue. I am Jason Lapidus.
And I'm Chris Sanigan.
And we are a Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 214 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic, as we read Uncanny X-Men 269 by Chris Claremont, Jim Lee, and Art T-Bear, cover date of October 1990. Chris, how are you?
I'm great. I loved how pumped you are for this is episode 214.
Well,
Does 214 have a special meaning for you?
No. Well, I mean, I've said before, but this is someone's first time watching us. This is the first issue in X-Men that I did not get as a young reader. I was 15, and that last issue of Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine on the cover was the last issue I picked up as a contemporary, in that moment in time. And I don't remember exactly why I did not continue, but it might have been I wasn't getting the same fix from reading comics. It might have been I was out of money. I might have been distracted for a few months and never got back on the train. Who knows what? But I only read this as a post-COVID, and in the context of seeing the history of these comics from a larger scale or a larger distance, or a distant point of view.
How close are we, or far away are we from X-Men 1? How this is 269, so we still have 40 issues.
No, dude, it's in the 280s, the early 280s.
Oh, right, of course, that makes
the end
because it's not bi-monthly, and it's monthly. Okay, so all right, so the 280s. Okay, so we're cutting close to it.
We're getting very close to it.
Wow.
But before we get to the end of Claremont's run on Uncanny X-Men, hey, head to groupofsevencomics.ca where you can pick up Group of Seven, A Most Secret Tale, Peregrines, Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, both written by Chris, drawn by me. They're there in both print and digital formats. It really goes a long way to help supporting our comics project, and of course allows us to continue making content on the YouTubes like this one, and more. Hey, season 2 of Leveling Up is in production.
Hey, cool.
Just letting you know.
That's great to hear. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything that you're looking at? You look at some pretty well-known, well-established comics in season 1. Anything still in that vein, or some surprises you're going to throw our way? Some curveballs?
It's a pretty good mix. I will say that the first episode will be coming out in June.
Yes. And
June does have a theme for toy collector and comic fans like this guy here. There's a particular long-standing Real American Hero brand that it considers itself to be a Yojo June. So there will be the first episode will be a G.I. Joe episode, looking at all the phenomenal covers, not all, a batch of the phenomenal covers in a span of time by artists like Michael Golden and Mike Zeck.
Okay.
So that's where we're kicking off, but there's range from some manga this season as well. It's classics and some stuff that is very contemporary. So a range, but I'm planning it all from, again, a bit of a distance. Mm-hmm. So looking at 24 episodes and looking at it as opposed to trying to figure out what's next, just figure out the whole batch and then start production. So, filming has started. Anyway,
wow. Putting
it out there now that my voice is mostly back. I'm so happy to get back to that. There's that. Okay, next, of course, Ninja Versus, the Ninja Fight Anthology, is also available We'll have it at our table at TCAF, and it features the debut of the new character Hogtown Jack. He's a
Can you
mountain samurai sword.
can you also share some information about the Brazilian publication that Hogtown Jack?
Yeah. There's a graphic novel or an anthology, pardon me, that was published in Brazil called from a publisher called Comics Go or Go Comics, pardon me, Go Comics, and it's I think the anthology is called um, Comics of the North,
I think so, something like
and
that.
so like Derek Laufman, Scott B. Woods,
Mm-hmm.
me, and many other Canadian cartoonists have some content in the anthology in Brazil. I can't wait to one day hold a copy in my hand and see all these things together with some Portuguese translated,
Totally.
verbiage. I'm looking forward to that. We'll
Well,
run in. I'm sure we'll run into our friend Bruno, who was the editor. We'll run into him at TCAF and get an update
I'm
on
sure we will.
print.
Super exciting, and there is a big comic show in Brazil, isn't there? Like a
Yeah, in Sao Paulo, there's a massive one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so eventually, this little chart here will have Sao Paulo.
Well, not in 2020. Well, we'll
Not
see.
Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I will be honest.
Yes,
Conversations have been had.
that's cool. When would it? When is it though? When is
Uh,
it?
in, in the future. I can't remember. It might be maybe in the fall,
Okay.
but it's a really, really big show.
Yeah,
Brazil's far, dude.
it's yeah, it's farther than England, and we're going to England.
Right. So in just under 2 weeks is the Toronto Comic Arts Festival
I'm excited.
at former Maple Leaf Gardens, and
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with you that weekend. That should be a blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be good times. I actually have
And
been. We haven't done a lot of shows this year. Not that we haven't done some. We just some years seem busier than others, and but this one, yeah, I'm excited to. I feel like we did a last show together in March at Comic Con in Toronto, and this is another great Toronto show, and I'm just excited to kind of like spend the weekend and. A lot of our friends are there, and there's always such cool creators that go to TCAF, and it's free, and it's like very family friendly, and it's always packed, and it's such a cool festival. So I am so excited to be able to go back.
somebody is making something really awesome and original and debuting it at TCAF that we've never heard of before. And it's a great show for us to kind of walk and meet a new person who is, a tour de force of creativity and awesome comics. I always walk away from that show with a stack of things that don't look like anything else I've ever seen before.
No.
So I'm stoked for that one as well.
Yeah.
And then in September, you and I are hitting the road and headed out to Winnipeg, Manitoba. And before we came live, the reason we were 2 minutes late getting on is we were actually talking about what we're going to listen to on the car ride.
The playlist is going to be epic. Epic playlist. I mean, it's a 20-hour drive. So, I mean, we're breaking it up. We're not young bucks anymore, okay?
Hey,
Breaking
speak for
it
yourself.
up. But, oh, gosh, a playlist is in the works. It's going to be something. It might be like the playlist. Like, I mean, if there was going to be the playlist, this could be it. Oh, and we can't forget, of course, David in the chat.
David's reminding us.
Right. So we did do the Mountain Music Festival in 2025, and so it's back now in 2027, March 14th.
Yeah, we'll have to go next year.
Yeah.
And then in November, we're going to head over to England.
Yeah.
And participate in Thought Bubble.
Yeah, we're going to tell them what's what.
Crazy.
We're going to do.
We're going to what?
We're going to tell them what's what. We're going to fly over to England and just tell them what's what.
Okay. Yeah, you get right on that.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a fun bunch of months for us at some interesting events. 2 we've never been to before, and 1, of course, is a heartfelt kind of home show. So looking forward to all that. All right. On to.
Okay.
Oof. Uncanny X-Men 269. There's lots to talk about with this comic. cover is incredible. Just some things stand out, of course, on the original art that you wouldn't get to see, including Jim Lee drew a little sketch of Jubilee on there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Where normally there would be the UPC code.
Right.
In your newsstand editions. He's
Yep.
drawn. And Todd
And that
McFarlane
date
used to do
can't be
this
right.
too. What's
December,
that?
He's got December 4th, 1986. That's something else, eh?
You know what? We've seen this come up a few times on Jim Lee covers. I can't figure out what that date has to do with anything.
Okay.
Because there's no way they're drawing this 4 years in advance. Like
No.
It's just not. There isn't a rationale that I can think of, unless someone wrote that date on the paper before Jim got it. Like I can't figure out why it's there.
Okay.
I mean, he was so young at this point. That might have been the day he was born. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I can't figure out what that could be. And I've looked at the comments on the original art posting on Comic Art Fans, and there isn't an explanation for it. And I guess I could ask around, but there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason to it. Anyway,
before
I noticed. Oh, go ahead, please.
Oh no, you just reminded me of something, and I don't know why this reminded me of it, but I meant to tell you, and we can share this on the show. I think it's funny. Sorry, I know we were just talking about traveling and going to different shows, but it jogged my memory before we get too far in. This past weekend, I was visiting my parents were visiting. So strap in, folks, it's story time. My parents were visiting, and we were just chatting and catching up. And my mom, so my parents were in their late 70s. My mom was like, "Hey, where are you going for your comic shows next?" And I was like, "Oh, well, we've got England coming up, and we're going to Winnipeg." And she's like, "Oh, it's amazing." And we were talking about the time that Jason and I went to France, and it's all amazing. And I said, "Well, the one that's coming up, maybe next year is, or at least the one that we have our eye on is Lucca. It's in Tuscany." And my mom without hesitation, "Sure, yeah, we'll join you there." And I'm like, "Sorry, what?" And my mom's like, "Oh yeah, no, get into the festival. When you get to the festival, just like let us know, and we'll just join you there in Tuscany." She's like, "When is it?" I'm like, "The fall." She's like, "Oh, lovely." we'll come. So FYI, Jason, if we do end up going to Lucca at some point, I mean, we're knocking off the shows. We're like Angoulême, yeah, Thought Bubble, like all these international, Sao Paulo for you, who knows? But
sure.
But yeah, if we ever go to Tuscany, my mom is on board.
Go good.
I just want you to know she is willing and ready to hang with us in Tuscany and let us do comics. So there you go.
I'm pretty sure that peeling back the curtain, I think you've told me the same story, but about your wife.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's probably why they get along. I mean, it works out for me. They get along pretty
well. No, I think Danielle wants to.
She's like, "Where are you going?"
As well.
I'll come. But to hear my mom be like, and then I'm like, "Well, we have to apply." She's like, "It's okay when you get in." I'm like, "Oh, that's a really nice mom thing to say, right?" Like to her mid-40s son.
Yeah.
Hey, oh no, you'll get in, honey. It's fine. So when you do get in, just let us know.
That's
right. That was a non sequitur. It was like, I gotta say,
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Allie's saying Jim Lee would have been 22 in 1986. I know he wasn't born then. I'm just joking around. Maybe you're joking around too. I can't tell. It's text. So who knows? Could it be a copyright date? Marvel Plan 86 that we'll be printing on Kenny. I mean, it's way too early.
Down a rabbit hole now.
I mean, I really can't. I can't figure it. But Allie, whatever you come to, I will buy in, regardless of how absurd or silly it might be. I like this idea. So
yeah,
who knows why it is the way it is. I also noticed with this cover. I mean, we can look at the. I also wish. Or I also noticed with this cover, and it could be in the regular version, that Magneto is on there. Well, Magneto's helmet is on there.
Yes.
And this is so interesting to me in the zoomed out view of X-Men comics. As we've talked about ad nauseum, the 150 issue trajectory of the character of Magneto. And this is not the first time. Silvestri drew him similar to in the Avengers versus X-Men Limited series. But this is like the first time where Magneto is looking ominous again with the mask on, kind of in this series for a
Right.
while. Like, we haven't seen him as helmet on in the shadows, possibly pitting heroes against heroes, as this title is suggesting. The two of them are fighting Rogue and Ms. Marvel, and guess who wins? Magneto. Like, the villain is winning this somehow. And the idea of him being placed as the villain again is, to me, like some foreshadowing of the dynamic to come. And I wonder, it was already agreed upon. Like, was Claremont already surrendering
Mm-hmm.
his character? We know that Claremont wants him to become the permanent headmaster of the school, and we know that eventually Jim Lee wants the book to return to its status quo of basically X-Men #1, the original in 63, but with the new team. Right? His cover of X-Men #1 in 1992 is a reimagining of the original Jack Kirby cover. It's all
Mm-hmm.
the X-Men charging at Magneto, but Magneto has his force field up. It's just
Right.
like a supersized version of
That's
that.
super Celeste, yeah. Hey,
So it's interesting to sort of see the first little seed of the return of Magneto to his position as arch nemesis.
and so remind me,
Okay.
when's the last time you said Silvestri? When's the last time we see Magneto in a comic before this? Because I mean, honestly, I'd forgotten.
I don't know. There's
Like,
so many other series running. There's, at this moment in time, there's like 8 X-Men series running.
and
So,
he's still headmaster with the New Mutants. Is that still? Oh no, it has because it hasn't been rebranded yet, right?
that's been rebranded, but I think, here, let me just look here. I think Cable is present.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers too much, but right after this is the next story is the Extinction Agenda,
Right.
and
Which I don't
Cable
know
is,
anything about, but sure.
I think Cable is
Clever.
front and center in that.
Yeah.
So he should be present. Yeah, I'm not getting. There isn't like a little calendar of the other comics coming out that month, but it was. I don't remember what Magneto was up to. He might have been out of the X books for a little bit. Ali says Magneto was never a villain to me, and I think coming in around this era is why. I was really confused when adjectiveless X-Men rolled out and they were all fighting him. Yeah, that makes sense, right? If this is what you're reading, Magneto is in that transitional role where a person with his dark past trying to do right and follow Xavier's dream. And I think that version of him is the one that is actually persisted for all these decades. Like, when we get to him in the movie, he starts off bad because I think it was the still trying to place him as a villain to get him eventually to switching sides. But by X2, he's working alongside the X-Men against
Stryker.
Brian Cox. Yeah, Stryker.
No, it's Brian Cox. It's not William Stryker. It's Brian.
He was actually Brian Cox playing himself.
Yeah, it was Ian McKellen was like, we must take down Brian Cox.
So it only took one movie for them to place that character back at the in that gray area, as if he was almost always going to get there, but needed one film to reach it. Sure. It's funny how quickly we were rooting for Magneto too. If you remember X2 and your first impression of it, they made sure that he gets abused by the guards, and that puts him in a role of sympathy from the viewer.
Sure.
And when he breaks out, it was like, yes.
Yeah, that's
we were all rooting for him.
That's a great. By the way, that's a great breakout scene.
Oh, totally.
How they they try to sequester him in a non-metallic space, and then Mystique and they figure out how to do it, and it's so much iron in your blood. It's wonderful. Also, and then we get the full circle by Days of Future Past, the movie. Still talking movies. While they're in the future, Magneto and Xavier are together. Like, he's one of the few remaining, right? And fights at the end, right? Fights and is killed at the end in the last hurrah, you know.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Fun stuff.
yeah,
So I'm interested to see where this is going to go, and I would love to hear from Claremont whether it bugged him or not, or just who knows, who knows.
yeah,
But you want to get into it? What do you
yeah.
think?
Good.
Should we
Let's
pop
do it.
this issue out?
We should
Really dynamic cover, like just
absolutely.
so memorable. I think for everyone who saw it, and it really stands out. And that kind of, she's not quite zombie. She's like a decayed. I
Yeah,
don't know how to describe Carol Danvers and the Ms. Marvel of it all, but her hair looks phenomenal. Skin, not so much.
not so much. Yeah,
Yeah, but I want to know why they're fighting. And it's also kind of neat to see this version of Rogue. I mean, I'm going to just be silly.
hmm
And, it's this costume. It's
yeah,
the Silvestri Outback era costume for Rogue,
hmm
which I think a lot of people are getting like rogued out, like enough Rogue figures. There's so many in the last few years. I love this suit. I only just wish that instead of it just being green paint, that it was like a sense
Um,
that it was a legging or like a boot.
I'm
And
gonna.
same with her
Yeah.
gloves. It's just painted. But there needs to be like a bit of cloth there to separate one to the other. But it's interesting. We don't usually see this version of Rogue drawn by Jim Lee.
No, I might have to
Because
get that rogue for
yeah.
my set too.
What's that?
I might have to get that rogue for my set too.
Is that the one you want? You prefer this
So,
over the Jim Lee version?
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Really?
I like the yeah, I like the Jim Lee rogue costume, like, but I think what the vibe I'm going for is, I mean, it's a mix. I say the set, but like exactly what I'm talking about. It's like it's an X-Men '97, some astonishing,
Yeah.
but so Outback era, So
Yeah.
I need a rogue, I need a Nightcrawler, so I gotta figure that out.
Yeah. I'll keep my eye out for both.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll have to keep reminding me on a weekly basis, and eventually one day I will find it.
Thank you.
All right, you want to dive into this one?
Let's do it.
There's a lot of words in this comic.
So okay, so so do we want to in the interplay between Ms. Marvel and Rogue? I usually do Ms. Marvel too.
Sure.
I mean, I'm happy to keep going and do both. How I just want to throw it out there as an option.
There are also a lot of other characters,
Very true.
but if you want to do both, I'm totally cool with it.
Okay.
No harm in resting.
All right.
This is such a strange.
Holy! So you and I got on right before, and besides talking about the ultimate playlist that we're making, I also mentioned that one of my first reactions to this page, and a lot of the page, just chaos. I was like, am I reading the right order? I actually didn't know. So anyway,
I'm really okay. I have not planned how to read through this page.
right.
I'll just intuit how to do
Yeah.
it. But I'm completely distracted by this strange exploding, transforming body with like really pronounced like mammary. I don't even know how to describe like what I'm seeing.
Right.
It's such a strange artistic choice. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Australia. Cables tight around her body, mummy wrappings choking off breath and voice. The robot Master Mold was rebuilding itself. No matter how hard the X-Men hurt it, the machine refused to die. Two, she thought, can play that game. Behind them both, her and her robot, the Siege Perilous yawns. Sort of cheating, she knows. Is that like how you read this?
Oh, geez. I see. I went down.
Well, I feel like I'm supposed to go down later.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
But I don't know. No, I think I'm supposed to go down right away. Okay, here we go. Behind them both, her and her robot, the Siege Perilous yawns. Since time beyond history, the ultimate escape, dive through, be weighed in the cosmic balance, good against ill, and then cast out, reborn to a fresh beginning, a second chance. Sort of cheating, she knows, dumping the bad guy into someone else's lap. But the situation is desperate. And if her life is the price to save her friends, so be it. Strangest sensation, tumbling through the portal, as if every atom of her being had instantly become aware, while top to bottom, in and out, body and soul, the woman she was is blown to bits. Then, just as suddenly, startlingly, terrifyingly, she's back together again.
Wow.
Rogue Redux. Chris Claremont writer, Jim Lee penciler, Art T-Bear, guest inker, Task Force X letterer, Steve Buccellato colorist, Bob Harris editor, and Tom DeFalco editor-in-chief. A Stanley presentation starring the Uncanny X-Men. Task Force X is Tom Orzechowski and one other letterer whose name I have forgotten. So it's just two guys who had to tackle this issue.
Wow.
In the chat, I don't know if you guys are fans of other John Byrne stuff outside of the X-Men, like FF or She-Hulk or his run on Superman. You can keep going with that, through the 80s. This reminds me very much, and Alpha Flight, of course, reminds me very much of a John Byrne kind of panel or spread where, Aurora is in a tank or She-Hulk is falling out or whatever it might be, or it just seems to be really consistent with lots of John Byrne portrayals of women in a vulnerable and sexualized simultaneously position for our young male readers of the time. I'm sure I can put together a zine of all the times that John Byrne had a woman in a both vulnerable and sexual context in comics. Yeah, throwback John Byrne nudie pick is what Michael's saying. Does it give you that vibe too, or is it just me? That's what comes to my mind right away. David says, I like to buy that zine for academic purposes. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's something else. I mean, first of all, again, the page previous, it's just, if anyone can explain what's going on, right? So we do, I guess the Master Mold stuff is because she was fighting Master Mold, right? In that,
Sure.
Or she was fighting that robot that, I don't remember.
So it's Nimrod and Master Mold in one.
Right. And then I guess she went into the Siege Perilous, or she went through it to sacrifice herself.
Well, to pull him in too, because he was going to destroy.
So maybe she's been in eternal conflict with him.
Maybe? Well, I think it's instantaneous for her.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because this is, and I can't understate the value of or the impact of Watchmen. This is post audiences seeing Dave Gibbons draw Dr. Manhattan rebuilding himself from a brain and nervous system back into a full figure. So Jim Lee is kind of doing that same idea of the portal is kind of opening. It looks like some plasma is coming through. Mm-hmm. And then this skeletal structure is reforming, then with, organic substance over top of it, including, muscles and organs and skin and or breasts, front and center. But simultaneously, we're getting this kind of memory of being pulled in and Master Mold's face sort of locked in timeless conflict while, as her last memory, that maybe that memory has been just playing in a loop over and over again for all these months.
Yeah.
I also want to note, of course, the Mission Impossible game on the left-hand side. This predates the first movie with Tom Cruise. And the TV show was on again at the time. There was a late 80s live action rebrand or remake of the original 60s show. And I remember watching it mostly just for the theme song.
Of course. Actually, I'm glad you brought up this video game because connecting it to the first movie, Tom Cruise, the guy with the rifle
Totally.
looks like
Emilio
Estevez, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then he of course does show up in Mission Impossible as part of the team in that first movie.
Good evening, Mr. Phelps. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it was it really looks like Emilio from here. It's so funny.
Yeah. Anyway.
You could even make a case that like the casting director.
Maybe.
I mean,
he's a bit beefier, but yeah.
We got to cast him because he's on the box.
That's right. Got to get Emilio in there.
Yeah. And Michael's reminding me, thank you, that Tomoko Saito is the other letterer as part of Task Force X. Thank you.
Shall I?
Please do.
You? My room. Now, this is seriously nuts. Last I remember, I was in New York. Now to... Oh, can't see that. What does that say?
It says not to mention.
Not to mention fully clothed. Don't feel any different. Little peaked is all. I wonder what that means. Was all that talk about cosmic balances and a fresh start just a crock? Oh, don't I rate a makeover? First things first, someone's watching my TV and using my shower. Hey!
Before you flip pages, I think on the TV it is Casablanca.
You think so?
Yeah, I think there's that idea of the cosmic balance and the fresh start. It reminds me of just where Humphrey Bogart is telling Ingrid Bergman, like, basically to go, take off, leave with that dude. Mm-hmm. I think that's the ending of, he's miscolored, but I think it is a Bogart thing. I think it's Casablanca. And so she gets this yellow X-Men t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I cannot overstate. I mean, whoever made the coloring choice to make it yellow.
Yeah.
Let's assume that it is Steve Buccellato. This is the definitive color piece for Rogue as a change from her previous one. There was no yellow in her costume.
Right.
She's black, green, and white. Green is her primary color.
Yeah.
And then black and white are sort of the two complementary or additional pieces. This is the first moment yellow goes on her costume, and it never leaves.
Interesting. We do see a lot of great Rogue cosplay at the shows. I have to say.
And it's almost always the same.
All the X cosplay, Rogue is always clearly a favorite, and some great cosplay.
It's almost always like the same. The Jim Lee, and I'm not saying the same as in a bad way, but it's
no.
The Jim Lee suit is the one that people have most commonly connected to. Yep. I think they love playing also with getting that big hair.
Oh, of course. Leather jacket, the jacket on top, the bomber jacket. It's great.
Yeah.
Great look. All right. Do you want to be the news?
You happily see how dirty this page kind of looks?
Well, you're right. Is this because of the ink on the other page?
Yes. What were they thinking?
No.
Yeah, all that. I mean, we love the Wrath of the Black Manta. I mean, it wouldn't be an X-Men comic without it. But yeah, it puts so much ink. My copy's way worse, by the way. All the word balloons are muddy because of all that black ink. We interrupt this broadcast for an update.
Whoever you are, excuse me, Alter, huh?
On the recent shooting at Freedom Force headquarters, it has now been confirmed that Mystique, leader of the federal government's superpowered strike team, has been killed. We take you now live to a press conference at the scene with Presidential National Security Advisor for Enhanced Power Affairs, Dr. Valerie Cooper.
At this time, the identity of the assassin is unknown, but no effort will be spared to bring the perpetrator to justice. The investigation will be headed by my newly appointed deputy, FBI Inspector Jacob Reese.
Now remember, everybody,
Right.
he's come across Jacob Reese as, well, I mean, we can spoil because it's part of the ongoing story here. It's the Shadow King.
Shadow King.
Shadow King. It's Emil Farouk.
That's
And
what
he has been the one who was pursuing the child version of Storm.
Yeah.
And he has killed lots of people, and he's been like mind messing Valerie Cooper amongst many others. And getting to kill Mystique was like a huge part of, I guess, disrupting some balance. He's like going to take over all the power on the eastern seaboard. It's a big deal. The Russians were worried about it for a while. It's like, my goodness.
Mystique is but the latest in the string of tragic losses that have struck Freedom Force in recent weeks. This is still Val, right, talking?
Or it could be the news guy.
I think
It
you're
doesn't
news
matter.
guy.
It's okay.
You got it. It's news guy. You got it.
Okay. Mystique is but the latest in the string of tragic losses that have struck Freedom Force in recent weeks.
No.
Most noticeable, it should be notable, but most noticeable being the deaths in Scotland of Stonewall and Destiny, along with an Air Force flight crew in battle with a band of cyborg terrorists called the Reavers.
No. Yo, X-Men. Hit the bricks, y'all. Come a-running.
And she's got her costume in hand there, too.
Yep.
That is an awkward pose, the one that she had as she's running to the next panel.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Rob Liefeld. It's a Liefeldian pose.
Liefeldian pose. We got us a job to do and some heads to bust. How long have I been away? What the heck's been happening? Destiny's a precog. Her mutant power allows her to see the future. How could she even be taken by surprise, much less get herself killed? And Mystique? Oh, Lord, she took care of me through dark times after my own power came into being. She's more my mom than the woman who... I'm not flying. Stay loose. Roll the impact. Ugh.
I love this, have her falling down and
Yeah.
going down the panel. It's good, some good storytelling there.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. Ow, no fair. Captain America makes this look so easy. At least nothing seems broke, except maybe my pride. But I'm supposed to be pretty much invulnerable. Supposed to fly, too. Unless I lost my powers I got way back from Miss Marvel.
Hi there.
Uh-oh.
I'm Pretty Boy. Nasty tumble. Need a helping hand up. I love the idea that Pretty Boy is wearing Punisher's outfit.
Right.
Like, what a messed up, kind of like cyborg Punisher trench coat. And that's a little, also to me, like a little Jim Lee fun, because he drew Punisher War Journal.
And right, and so so there's no story where maybe the Reavers met up against the Punisher and he just like...
And not that I know of, because I wasn't reading Punisher War Journal anymore. Okay. But that sounds like a great fight.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, now I want to see that. But now I also want to make I think I got an extra trench coat body.
Yeah.
And I do have a Pretty Boy figure, but like that seems to be a fun version. The figure that we have of Pretty Boy that came out in Marvel Legends is him just in like naked cyborg skeleton.
Yes, right.
In his regular head. But I love the idea of the trench coat, Punisher shirt mashup, and then rocking no bottoms.
Oh yeah.
I gotta think about this. I don't know if I want to sacrifice that figure. It took me a while to get it. Maybe I can do a kit bash without breaking it. We'll see.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yeah. No, you finish. You finish that.
Oh, I just really like that idea. I think it's a more interesting design to go with the other Reavers, given that they are clothed and like they're each like a mishmash. Where Pretty Boy is just a skeleton.
That should have been the twist, the end of Punisher One Last Kill. Turns out it's the Reavers all along. That would have been something. No, I was going to ask you, how much Honey Nut Cheerios did you eat as a kid? I ate a lot. Like, if there was a quote unquote fun cereal or a cereal, right? Because we all had, I mean, most of us, I would say, suggest in the chat, weigh in here. There's always the cereals that your parents bought you, and then there's maybe the cereals you had on vacation or summer break or whatever that were a little more fun. Honey Nut Cheerios seem to straddle the line between both. And I'm just saying, I ate a lot of Honey Nut Cheerios. I don't know if anyone else did.
That is so funny, Chris. It definitely was. So I like that idea. I don't know who told our parents this.
Yeah.
You know, that we were only allowed to have fun cereals on vacations.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of families that adopted that, at least in my social circle.
In mine, for sure.
So when we traveled, we got
see now the chat's lighting up.
Yeah, as it should. As it should. We got those mini travel boxes, like those single servings.
Of course.
That was what we would take on road trips. We would often, drive to South Carolina.
And would you use like them as the bowl as well? Because they were built for that. Well, I don't know built well, but
they were. We tried that a few times, and me being the youngest, I often made more of a mess than
sure
than I should have. Sure. Now I would be like incredibly meticulous. Yeah. But back then I wasn't so adept at it. So we would probably argue over who's going to get which, because it would come with, my goodness, I mean, Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies,
Corn Pops.
Yeah. Were there 8 in a pack or 6 in a pack?
There were 8. There was 4. It was and you basically it was like Hunger Games, right? Like you fought over
certain ones.
Maybe Raisin Bran. Maybe there was 10. Maybe there was a 5th one.
Well, anyway. you were one of 4, and you're the youngest of 4. I'm youngest of 2, and my parents wouldn't have cared. They would have been left out of it, and my brother Ryan and I would have had to kind of resolve this ourselves. And he would often negotiate, because if I didn't get my way, he was going to pay for it in some other. Right. You know what I mean? So we have to have. There was motivation to come to a reasonable resolution. So if we had 2 packs, one for the way there, one for the way back, he gets Frosted Flakes this time, and I get on the way back, or whatever it is.
Right. Yeah.
But to your original point, Honey Nut Cheerios was a staple in the household.
Yeah.
And I would eat it as a snack too, because it was such a good sugar hit.
Absolutely.
For me, and it still is in my house to this day.
Okay.
So my kids have this exact same conversation, and Fruit Loops is our special.
Yeah, it's special cereal.
And Frosted Flakes, when we go to a cottage or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's when we get them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or if it was like March break or winter break, it's so funny.
It is. I love it.
Did you ever get to eat? What was it called? Cookie Crisp?
No, we never went like that far down the road. Like it was like
just cookies.
Right. Just so here's the thing too, and like again, friends in the chat weigh in here, but like a lot of parents, like certainly mine and a lot in our circle, like it's nothing stopping them from getting some of those wild, like we never got tricks. We never got like there was always like a bridge too far for cereals.
Right.
And so like they would meet you halfway, but they would never be like, I mean, it was rare that Captain Crunch made itself into our house. I mean, when it did, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But like definitely, Ali mentioned Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't think I ever saw that once. I don't think I ever saw Trix. I don't think I ever saw.
My friend Paul had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it was amazing.
Right, of course it was. And also like all the monster cereals, like Blueberry and Count Chocula, and those like they never made it into our house. It always seemed like just that was too far a leap for my parents, and I'm sure probably lots of other parents.
Yeah, it was crazy times, man. Those cereals,
so good.
Now I do think this is totally related, by the way, because breakfast cereal and cartoons.
Oh, good point.
They go together, right? Like a lot of us would have a bowl of cereal while watching TV in the mornings,
Yeah, of course.
or maybe just on weekends. Depending on how your morning routine went. But like the idea of X-Men and X-Men cartoons and a good bowl of sugar cereal seems to be like a wonderful combo of
Totally.
perfect things.
So
Um,
I'll say that my favorite, 100%. We can leave it at that, or we can all say our favorite. Those Golden Grams, Golden Grams. Whenever you got, and they were a smaller box too than like a Cheerios box, so like the actual size, so you got less Golden Grams. And then for those, I don't know if this made it down to the States, but Wayne Gretzky Pro Stars,
yeah,
right? Which is,
those are so overrated.
but there
I
was
wanted to love
a
them.
cartoon.
I know. I wanted to love them. Of course, Gretz was my favorite player as a
Of
kid.
course.
But they weren't that great. But it's so funny.
It was so fun.
Yeah, Maz is saying the same thing. He says, my old school Italian mom never bought those kinds of cereal. Honey Nut Cheerios was the most adventurous for me.
Right. It was a thing that parents seemingly could, if they were going to restrict it, could get behind. Yeah.
So for me, we used to call them, like, it was cereal, and then there was something we would call in my house sugar cereal. That was the distinction. It was cereal and sugar cereal.
Oh,
We didn't call it like sweet cereal or special.
Yeah.
We just called it sugar cereal. And growing up, there was sometimes Raisin Bran in the house.
Yeah.
And those raisins had enough sugar in them
Oh, absolutely.
that I thoroughly enjoyed the Raisin Bran too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have, speaking of Raisin Bran, did you ever have a cereal called Colon Blow? Did you ever see that, by the way?
That's an SNL, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Colon Blow. Like 10,000 times the amount of fiber as Raisin Bran. Yeah, I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for indulging us. Appreciate that.
It's all related. It's all related. I haven't had a bowl of cereal in a really long time. And
the night is young.
Yeah. Once in a while, I have a very, very active and fit 17-year-old boy in the house. And once in a while, you'll hear the sound of cereal hitting the bowl like at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's eating cereal again. And I miss it. When I was a little younger, I used to join him sometimes, but I can't do that now. I can't eat that at night.
Yeah, right.
I'll just feel gross in the morning.
Oh, totally.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
The Reavers. They must have taken back their town, but if that's true, we're the X-Men.
You alone, sweetheart? Or have you come with friends?
Pierce, this is Bonebreaker. You'll never guess who just dropped onto our doorstep.
You're Pierce, aren't you?
I'm busy, Bone. This had best be important. She's cute. She's perky. She's southern, with a skunk stripe in her hair. Ringing any bells, boss? I'm in no mood for 20 questions. I gather you refer to Rogue. Big as life, but half as sassy. Behold the main monitor.
Tell me, Miss Markham, when you accepted Pierce's offer to become his new Skullbuster, was this quite what you had in mind?
Heck of a time for second thoughts. I mean, it isn't as though I'm left with any great alternatives.
True. So little flesh remains. You are now mostly a machine, a cyborg. Be sure, Scylla, this is your future. Is this what you want?
For a chance to be complete again, and maybe a whole lot more, I'll dance with the devil. You know my standing orders, Bonebreaker. The only good mutants are dead ones. And X-Men, most of all. Kill her.
Okay, before you go on.
Yeah.
My goodness. David's going over the Tiny Toons theme song there.
Nice.
That's, to compare the rhythms of that with the way that Bonebreaker is describing Rogue.
That's right.
crazy to see Jim Lee pulling in as much Barry Windsor Smith Reaver vibes as he can. Because we know that back in Uncanny X-Men 205, Wounded Wolf, Barry Windsor Smith draws Lady Deathstrike being kind of formed and created, I think, being put together
Mm-hmm.
with all this wiring and the approach of having it like multicolored and the different textures of the different cables that are going in. There's always one coiled phone cable, you know.
Right.
That's a real trope of Barry Windsor Smith's tech. He always shows one at least, and like the characters are like shaven, their heads are shaven, and all sorts of nodes attaching all these plugs. We saw it then, and as Wolverine took her apart, we saw more of it, and
Mhm.
then we're gonna see a ton of it, of course, when Weapon X in Marvel Comics Presents is done. And I think we're gonna try and find a way to read that one on the channel too.
Okay.
It feels like just when we're finished the run, it just feels like one of those things you kind of have to cover as a big storyline of the time that is still Claremonty a little bit. And I don't know, I'd love to read through with you all,
Sure.
but neat seeing Jim Lee come back and do the Reavers. And Windsor Smith's work in the 80s is like a big influence on Jim Lee too. One of the pieces in the Jim Lee stew. So it's awesome to see him like go one step further where he's really pulling specific references.
Sure.
Um, Additionally, we get one of these awesome. Uh, I don't know how we've described it in the past. It's a page where there is an anchor drawing,
Yes.
a particular figure in a pose, whether it's standing or in action, that makes the page not quite a pinup, but gives it a quality where even though it's just conversation, this is now a much more sellable page.
Right.
On as a secondary income for Jim Lee, because there's this great standing shot of Lady Deathstrike that
Well,
really could have just been a tiny panel.
yeah, and she looks like she looks like she's lifted off the page and like she's standing in front of it, right? Like that's
Right,
yeah, for sure.
right. It highlights her. It's almost like a Marvel Universe profile.
Yeah, yeah.
You could
Now,
sort of retool that image, but it's
really,
perfect.
remind me what happened to Skullbuster?
Oh man, I think Forge Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I think in the battle, like Forge or
Yeah.
Banshee just obliterated him.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it is hard to go back and remember like all the little details of that stuff. But that's again one of the benefits of having such awesome readers in the chat is they remember that stuff too. But I think
True.
he was killed in that fight. And I love that they're creating that scar on the forehead to match the crack in Skullbuster's skull.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember ever seeing a female Skullbuster, so I'm excited about this.
Okay.
David says, controversial opinion. Those static anchor images made comics better. I don't disagree. It just these pages are much more fun to look at. You just have to pick your moments, right? And I think this is a great moment to do it. It's not getting in the way of the storytelling. It's actually making this page have a focal point. It in this case, if you look at this like a movie, um, or maybe just make the comparison to a movie, this is like the main shot on in the scene of the workshop. And as we go through, okay, we see that as like the opening shot is her with Scylla there, and
Yeah.
then you get a close up, and it goes back to it. The main shot. Then you get a close up of the hand, and it goes back to the shot, the wide shot, and it keeps coming back to it as a kind of um as an establishing as like the heart of the scene is this dynamic between Lady Deathstrike and Scylla. And
Mhm.
I don't mind it at all here. I think it's thoroughly appropriate. There will be times where we'll see it where it feels really contrived, but I don't mind it at all. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
Yeah.
David continues with this.
Okay.
He says it's it's hard to find great big shots of costumes in old comics. Half of why I was buying them was for shots like these. Totally. I think a lot of us wanted to see clearly what these characters' costumes were. I know I was really interested. Not I didn't know I was at the time, but now looking back, really interested in the nonfiction of it all. Like looking at, okay, how is this costume designed? What does this character look like in a 3-dimensional turnaround? I want to see what they would look like because I want to be able to draw them myself. And so having a Marvel Universe catalog of all these characters was a comic like I would read through more than I would read the X-Men. Is I'd flip through and read the encyclopedia of the Marvel comics. It was fascinating to me. So I always love these full figure shots as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matt says he remembers seeing Scylla fight Wolverine in his solo book. And yeah, seeing this now, it's like this is the origin from pilot to cyborg. So yeah, we saw her get blowed up. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scylla Markman is the pilot that Forge and
And
Banshee were about to fly away with.
yep,
They blowed her up real good.
sure did.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Very cool page. Crying shame. Gal's a real cutie. Too bad the touch of her skin to anyone else's steals their memories, knowledge, and powers. Drops them like debtors till the effect wears off and they get better. That must make for a miserable social life. Poor kid probably ain't even been kissed. Oh, he's starting to be sympathetic. Only decent to put her out of her misery. Well, maybe not. Spare her future heartbreak.
And then there's this awesome image of her in the sights of his pistol
Mm-hmm.
where they've overlaid like the targeting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really cool to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that magenta is awesome as always.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why up to this point she's not reacting to seeing the Reavers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So she should have memory of them.
She's standing like a deer in the headlights when she comes up in front of them.
Yeah.
Or, at first she sees Cyborg, not Cyborg, sorry, Pretty Boy, is helped to her feet. But she's like, the Reavers, they must take their town back. If that's true, then we're the X-Men. Not Reavers, shit, punch them in the face.
Right. Right.
I wonder if Jim Lee was thinking along the same lines as Chris Claremont in the script. Like if Jim Lee's drawing it as if she has amnesia.
Right.
Where she kind of knows, well, she does jump out the window. She does know who Mystique is. So, yeah, the inconsistency is a little weird to me. The amnesia angle doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, maybe the last few years she doesn't remember. I don't know. But I don't understand why she is taking Pretty Boy's hand. Oh, I know why. Shit. How come no one in the chat is telling me? Doesn't he have some sort of charisma power? Some hypnotic thing with women where he makes them, like, get docile?
Oh.
And then he attaches those things from his eyes to them. Those, like, snake cables.
Before. Yeah.
I think he has some sort of power to like, soothe. Or, it's like a roofie power. I think it's used for sexual assault, but that's another story altogether.
Jeez.
He's such a creep.
He's such a creep.
All right, so he's about to shoot her in the face, and
too flaming kind for words, chum.
Who the heck?
Surprised, rogue. Feelings mutual. We have unfinished business, you and I. No. Boss. Major trouble. She's tearing us apart. Skin identifies her as the original Miss Marvel. As I said before, I'm otherwise engaged. If you can't deal with this bone, I'll simply have to build a new cyborg who can. You got what you wanted. You're out of my head with a physical body again. You're free. You and me, we're quits.
Why won't she listen? She's still coming. What does she want? I can't outrun her. I gotta find another gateway. Help me, please. Use your power, old man. Send me as far from here as possible, please. What's wrong? Why won't you answer? He's frozen like a statue. I'm sorry. What you won't, I hope because you can't give, I'm afraid I'll have to take. Is that
Dude, I
Aegeus?
don't know.
Aegeus?
It's the letter A and then Geas.
Wow.
Two different words.
Yeah, like, it sounds like a noun, like Aegeus, like as in.
Yeah, like a gate, but in Greek or something, you know?
Magical or spiritual obligation, curse, or taboo placed on someone. Originated in Irish and Scottish mythology.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. Both debt and task, that much at least I understand. Binding you to this place and the Reaver service, in your memories, there's so much. How can you possibly comprehend it all? I know I never will. No matter. The bull roar opens the gateway portal. But you've my word, dear friend. I'll be back. Rogue, don't. Leave me alone. I wish I could. You're too late. I'm gone, Carol. You never catch me.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you what happened here? Did Carol come out of the siege perilous?
She came from somewhere. Let's take a quick look back, see if we can identify where Carol came from.
She just comes flying. So I really love the idea, by the way.
Yep.
That the siege perilous is a reset for Rogue, in that she no longer has the invulnerability, flight, super strength. I like that because two reasons. One, it's like a bit of shuffling things up, right? Changing the status quo.
Sure.
But more importantly, it puts Rogue on her back foot in a really big way. She has been such a powerhouse for the last, decade.
Yeah.
And this makes her vulnerable again.
Mhm.
It really puts her mutant born power in the forefront instead of it being she is the team's, Wonder Woman, who
Yeah.
also can't touch anybody. Michael says, I thought she was the one in the shower in the beginning.
Yeah, there's someone else in the house, right, with her.
Okay, that's very fair. So why would she be in the shower?
Good question.
I mean, I don't have an explanation as to why it would be her. Not that I need one, but I'm just trying to figure out. It feels like she comes out of nowhere.
Right.
And it might be that she arrives, 10 minutes earlier. But why does she have a costume? I don't know. Wait a minute. Rogue also wore this costume going into the Siege Perilous. Don't forget that.
Right.
This is what she had on. But why is Carol's body there? I don't know. She didn't actually. I mean, the story might reveal this, and so people in the chat are like telling us what we're going to learn maybe in 5 pages. So I feel bad, but Carol Danvers' body was never actually merged with Rogue's body. It was just her psyche and power set. So there wouldn't be any substance of Carol Danvers to have a physical being if they were to be separated. It would be more like, I don't even know what it would be. She wouldn't have the powers, and the powers would be in limbo. I don't even know.
Right.
Allie says, yeah, the Siege Perilous separated them. That's why she didn't have flight. Yes. Carol is now separate. But again, Carol was never morphed with her. And David says, we're witnessing the Marvel method of writing comics fall apart before our eyes. So I'm curious if Claremont writes his way out of this obvious hole in the story.
We'll see.
Like how can Carol be there? Because Carol was never in Rogue. Physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Additionally,
Yeah.
if, let's just say, we're playing with crazy comic science here, if the Siege Perilous generates a physical form for the psyche and power set and memories of Carol Danvers, then where is the rest? Like, where's the other Carol Danvers who never went through the Siege Perilous? She's in space as binary right now, or you know what I mean?
I thought she was in her subconscious. Oh.
Well, the body was never in Rogue,
No.
just the memory of her psyche, like a forever lasting impression of Carol Danvers and her life has been stored in Rogue's brain.
Right.
But there's no physical substance. She does exist still.
Mm-hmm.
She's binary, right?
She's Binari. Yeah.
Binary. These are just questions I have. I'm not trying to take apart your beliefs, Allie. I'm just asking. Yeah. There you go. But she is binary right now. Like she's flying around somewhere, right?
I think so.
She's with the Staryammers. It's
Staryammers.
It's a silent J. Like yogging.
The other thing about this page, the second page with Gateway, and I don't know if this is a new thing or I don't believe we've ever seen this before with Rogue. When Rogue borrows someone's powers,
yes,
she doesn't seem to absorb like their cultural attributes, right? So like in this case. No, but I mean, when I think of like all the times that she's absorbed someone, you know, like even like Colossus, like she has the power, but you know, like in this case, like is this not just kind of weirdly out of sync, where she is absorbing Gateway's power and therefore also his kind of like his cultural attributes? Like it feels strange.
Well, I disagree with the way you're even phrasing that, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
His skin color is not cultural; it's genetic.
Sure. But in the context of this, though, like from a coloring perspective, that's where I'm getting at, right?
Right. I've seen her go blue.
Have we?
When she's kissed Nightcrawler, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I was trying to think if it was like a different. Like I honestly was trying to think if it was like a coloring choice in particular for this page with these characters.
I think it is 100%, and I think it is consistent with some of the interpretations we've seen of Rogue. Definitely, I mean, the one that comes to mind for me is one I don't think you got to read. Truthfully, it was Heroes for Hope, where she absorbs like all the X-Men, like one kiss at a time, and so she's.
Okay.
Like she's blue and has pointy ears, and she has like Colossus powers too.
Okay.
And gets metallic and everything.
Well, so yeah, as long as it's been consistent, because it felt that it like kind of turning this page, I was like, oh, this seems new. But if it's been consistent, it's been consistent.
Right.
Right.
I do find it to be somewhat consistent. I think when they remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would be funny if she kisses Wolverine and like gets shorter and gets sideburns.
So this is what I mean. David wrote like she's not black when she absorbs Storm.
Well, maybe that tells you. I don't know. Maybe it's like
that's anyway. Anyway, it's curious.
I guess I got to find an example where she absorbs Storm's powers.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Thank you, David. Yeah.
Huh.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he says, "Careful, Icarus." Like warning me not to say anything I shouldn't say. I don't know. I don't have an answer as to why she wouldn't get darker skin when she absorbs Storm's powers.
Right.
I don't know. I only have jokes. I don't have any real answers.
Speaking of blue skin.
Speaking of the Starry Hammers
Exactly.
and the things cosmic, meanwhile, this is Cheeky in a galaxy far, far away on the fringes of the Shi'ar Empire.
This is
I can't even tell what's happening in that second panel. The scale of this is so crazy, and I don't mean that in a bad way to the art. It just, I recognize at least the shape of one ship, but maybe Art T-Bear's inks are a little, and the printing, it's a little too heavy, where I can't tell. I think the giant bug-eyed Death Star shaped, is it a space station? I don't know. I guess it is because it searched the station.
so.
And then the second panel, there are several different forms that are just a little unclear for me. So, do you want to be the first alien?
Sure.
Search the station. The Terran female somewhere aboard. Spare no effort to find her.
And spare none at all, fool enough to try to bar our way. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. No resistance, Strike Lord. Search proceeding apace, but there's no sign of our quarry.
Hardly a surprise. As always, if a job's to be done right, it's best to do the work myself. However well the young lady hides, however hard she runs, my Psy web will ensnare her. So the first panel in the bottom tier has some crazy stuff going on in it, where there is color hold and white behind it, like of his Psy web, like shooting out of an entire ship into space. It's like all over printed. It's really hard to see. But yeah, this is a woman in some, 80s rock and roll, Cyndi Lauper type gear, caught in a Psy web. And of course, we know now who that character in the gold helm is, because we've watched the cartoon. Or maybe you don't remember.
I mean, maybe.
Well, who do you like? The giant gold helm and huge cloak, which should not, by the way, be up against a red background.
No,
Like, don't do this dark red against red.
I mean, giant. I mean, red. I mean, we're not talking about Thundercats, are we? Mumra?
What?
No. All right.
Okay, who do you think is in that giant golden helm?
Well, I know who's in it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, but you hesitated.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
No, never mind. David says no hype for Captain Planet. True. It sucks. Come on, boys. He's our hero. No, he sucks. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Is that a thing? And is that Continuity Studio? That's what he's asking. I do not know, and I do not care. That does look like someone from Neil Adams Studio doing that inking. Sure. Oh, it's just ridiculous. I couldn't give two shits. Chris, are you into Captain Planet?
And the Planeteers? No.
I don't know. Are there Planeteers? Are they a thing?
Yeah, those are the 5 kids, the Planeteers.
Sure, okay. Are they members of the Sinestro Corps? They have yellow power range.
Eventually, they become members of the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah, I could not care.
Earth, wind, fire, water, and heart.
Whatever, man.
And Heart, I think the last kid was Heart, the small kid. He had a monkey, he had a pet monkey.
Sure, okay. Listen, I know Gleek the space monkey. Every monkey after that, it just doesn't really matter to me.
Monkey. Yeah.
Because I'm 15. This isn't cool to me. Like, this isn't a thing. All right, Captain Planet, it sucks. Nothing's going to get me to watch cartoons again.
Well, we
now that
combine our powers.
except for in 1992, 2 years later, when I see Batman the animated series. Okay,
Right.
I'm too old for cartoons. Don't you understand? Captain Planet sucks. You kids today, you don't even know Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
No, we're too busy. We were too busy watching Captain Planet save the planet.
It sucks. Just go do something else. It's not cool. Mullets aren't cool. All right. I already discovered the Beatles. They don't wear mullets. Okay, I know McCartney wore one in the 70s, but that's all I'm talking about. Okay, I don't have mullet envy. I'm 15. I know it's cool. Captain Planet is not cool.
That's really funny just because like I have a 50-year-old in my house and I love when he goes, I know it's cool. I'm like, do you?
Right. The only thing that'll get me back is Bruce Timm and Paul Dini's animated series in 1992. So just give it a break. You know what I mean?
Of course. All right. So this person's been snared and Agent, report the capture of a fugitive, Leela Cheney.
Who obviously didn't die in New Mutants number 70. Hey, chat people. What is the first, and this is me showing, my true colors about Liefeld and New Mutants and Cable. What's the first appearance of Cable in New Mutants? I don't actually know. So I'm just wondering what number it is. Okay, we'll get the response in a minute, I know. Guess again, Steelback.
She's conscious. She was
shamming.
Shamming?
Yeah.
Watch out, she grabbed my whoop.
So shamming is like that's where the ShamWow comes from.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the shinning. She's been shinning. She's been shamming.
Right.
Armor held, but the bolts ricocheting.
It's breached the station wall. Explosive decompression. We're all anchored. The fugitive is being sucked outside.
That's
my favorite place, by the way.
Yeah. She's done.
In the night air.
Then you pay. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Then why is she smiling?
I like the whole that white line around her in this case.
Yeah.
Fools, haven't you scanned her file? She's a celestial scale teleporter. If we can't snag her, vaporize the woman before she...
Oh my goodness. I was watching, I guess it was the SNL. I don't know, Will Ferrell did the last episode of the season, a week or whatever ago. And they had the Blast Man on it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like he does the... Anyway, I forget the Jeremy Cocaine, is that his name? Anyway, it's like a weekend update bit, right? And he like uses sound effects. And then Colin Jost is like, I can do that too, but instead of like the sound effect, which is like a wham, it was like a and it was so juvenile, but I laughed so hard.
Yeah, good fart sound is perfect.
Good fart sound, yeah.
So 87 is the first appearance of Cable. And I'm wondering where we're at in New Mutants chronology. What as a comparable, like what issue they're at by October of 1990. Anyway, just curious as to how far along they are.
Wow. Okay.
I also like the Leela Cheney teleporting noise being different than.
I always get it wrong. It's Leela, not Lila, right? Is it Leela?
I don't know. I said Leela as a kid because we'd never heard it out loud.
Right.
But if someone says it's Lila, of course I will do my best to pivot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people who said Magneto.
Right. Well, obviously that one.
Until you hear it aloud. I mean, it is called a magnet, not a magnet.
A magnet.
Earth again, the bottom of the world. An oasis of primordial beauty, amidst the icy desolation of Antarctica, known as the Savage Land.
Wahoo! Absolute paradise, and it appears I got it all to myself. When Carol Danvers tackled me through the gateway portal, we somehow got split up, with me going here by my lonesome. That's the good news. Bad is, without Carol's powers and nobody else around for me to use my own on to borrow theirs, I'm left with just my own strength and skill to find my way home. And you know what? That suits me just fine. Wherever you ended up, Carol, I hope you're having as much fun. So now we're in, yeah. Do you want to go back to the other page? Or?
Yeah, we can just go back if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just seeing her here. So she's taken, or Jim Lee has taken, the Mark Silvestri costume, removed the black, unitard, and she's left with the green pieces.
Right.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, when she went through, all she had was the yellow t-shirt.
That's true.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. I'm cool with it. Whatever it's going to be. I love seeing Jim Lee Savage Land. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's neat watching kind of Rogue transform. The headband is like, yeah, that's now forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so this is, we were talking about before the show, like this is I knew there was a Savage Land Rogue, but I'd never come across any comics. And so here we go.
Same here. We did see that moment in X-Men 97.
Yep.
Which was kind of strange and maybe out of continuity from what you and I were probably expecting from our comic book read. But it worked with the show and the themes of the show nicely.
Mm-hmm.
That she has a history before Gambit and before joining the X-Men, where she learns her powers in the Savage Land with Magneto for some reason, which is cool. And I also had seen a ton of fan art and and action figure customs of this version of Storm. This version of Rogue. And never read this issue. Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, Allie says the green suit was balled up in her hand.
Oh, she was running with it when she jumped out the window.
I thought Allie was joking. The one that wasn't spinning the Johnny?
Oh, when she took Gateway's powers.
I'm just going to take a look here, just for fun.
It is. No, she's right. It's right there.
So she jumps out with it. She lands with it. But does she keep it? And if she does, that's cool. We can't... Okay, now I see both her hands when she's with Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, you're right. Right at the end. It is there.
Yep.
She does run with it. Thank you for that. Allie is not joking. Thank you, Allie. So when she's lifted up by Pretty Boy, both her hands are empty, and that's totally fine. Like, obviously, you're right.
Happy to.
Yeah, she's got it. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I just got off the phone with Jim Lee, and he says that they drew that in after. He says they had forgotten about that until it was pointed out, because he drew the Savage Land pages and then had to go back and draw in the green outfit in her hands. It was totally a forgotten thing. So yeah, we're kind of both right now, Allie. Okay, we agree. Okay, awesome, cool, thank you.
Didn't you ask him that when you bumped into him at Fan Expo in the green room? You're like, "Hey Jim, you remember that whole Savage Land thing?"
All right, now we're in another weird space. I don't understand, but again, hoping that clarity will come.
And very, I'm getting like without knowing, so when you're introduced this page, you're like, this feels very much like almost like Apocalypse, like Female Furies type thing.
Oh, sure.
That's the vibe I'm getting out of this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, here is a sight I never thought to behold again. Welcome to Muir Isle, Carol. How delightful to see you separated from Rogue at last.
You look so strange.
There's a Dr. McTaggart at the bottom of the...
Oh,
It's okay.
Dr. McTaggart? You look so strange. Who's that with you? And on the wall, is that Lorna Dane?
So many questions, lass. All to be answered in due course.
What's going on here?
Trouble, lady. Bad as it comes. Cut me loose.
Last I remember, Ms. Dane, as Polaris, you become one of the bad guys. But something makes me trust you. Fatal mistake, Blondie. Choosing the wrong side. Now I'll have to do this the hard way. For the record, I'm Amanda Sefton, a demon sorceress.
Are you Legion?
I don't remember, but I mean, I can.
Yeah, you be Legion.
Stop it, stop it. Ah, jeez, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm. I just wanted to play with everybody's head.
Astral projection. That's Legion, Charles Xavier's son. What's he babbling about?
It's not my fault. I'm as much as a victim here as anyone. Blame Banshee and Forge, and especially Moira McTaggart, the cow. If they hadn't made me use Cerebro to search for their stupid X-Men friends, the evil one would never have found me. None of this would have happened, and now it's too late.
That boy is quite enough out of you. Please allow me, Miss Danvers, to introduce myself. I am the Shadow King. I rule here. And you,
Okay.
my dear, oh, I'm not finished, are my latest subject.
That one even word bullying is like misplaced pretty badly, but I get it. There was not enough room in the panel. This explains so much. Now that we've seen the Hounds,
Right.
and we've seen Shadow King do all this shit to all these other characters for the last bunch of issues, intermittently.
Yep.
The idea that way back, even in like, maybe what was it, like before X-Men 250, so that's more than 19 issues ago, we've seen problems with how people are acting around Muir Isle. Moira's been weird.
Yes, Moira has been weird.
This idea that X-Men are missing, Moira gets Legion to use Cerebro, which does not happen in the comic, I think. And him opening himself up to the world to like reach out telepathically draws in Shadow King, who corrupts Legion, who can manifest different reality things. He can mess with reality with what around him. Like that explains to me everything that's been going on with Moira and the other characters nearby.
Right.
But we needed that to actually happen in the comic, where we see her put Legion in that situation, and the seed is planted in the mind of the reader that something has come back with Legion from Cerebro. Like, we needed, for lack of a better idea, a dark reflection in the mirror, or a shadow cast when he walks by a metallic wall that is not him, or an ethereal element like the way Psylocke has manifestation of telepathy. Shadow King needs some iconography,
a little crown,
whatever it is that then we would see around Legion, and we would see around characters that are under his spell in Muir Isle, and that would really unify the visual quality of it, but it would give us a sense of stakes and direction that this series has lacked for so long, as we're actually building something. Like, they're building towards a climax confrontation with Shadow King, and it's been so loose, directionless. And I'm telling you, some iconography, some clarity would have gone so far to make this better. Anyway, My rant needs some hot water. His fez hat, whatever it is. Good idea, Michael. I mean, that is one piece of his iconography.
That's true. Yeah.
My goodness. Okay. And I mean, this is the splash of Rogue, as everyone has kind of, gushed over her for decades now. And there is a Marvel Legends of this, but it is nowhere near as good as some of the modified customs I've seen, where they like replace parts, add a little bit more air to it, give her like fabric in places instead of plastic, and add a few elements of scraps. Like there's a couple really great customs that people have done. Okay.
Does the Marvel Legend like, is it this look? Is it like the torn
Yes.
yellow on top of basically the green bikini type thing?
I believe so, and it's in a 3-pack with Shauna the jungle.
Sheena
Sheena of the jungle, Kazar's wife.
Yes.
And Sauron, like a reissue of Sauron with some different colors. I think it was, maybe it was a San Diego exclusive, maybe not. I can't remember. I did not get it, and I don't imagine I will come across it. The Savage Land. Time doesn't mean much in a world where the sun doesn't rise for half the year, doesn't set for the other. How long she'd been here, she doesn't really know or care. For the first time in her young life, she's on her own. Honing a strength of spirit to match the tempered resilience of her body. And the confidence that no matter what, no matter how hard, the road she'll win through in the end. I mean, you could do, and I think they did do, a whole like limited series or special of Rogue in this place and time. Years later, as Claremont and company continue to dip into his own run for extended stories, like Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, the more stories, and there's a Gambit and Storm extension. There's a Madripoor Knights.
Yep, came out last year.
Right. And so there's also like Rogue of the Savage Land kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Muriel.
Oops. This is now Shadow King, I guess.
Yeah. In David's body, kind of.
Yeah. Fascinating. The division of your corporal being into yourself and Rogue. Oh, yes. I telepathically see that event in your short-term memory. It's very clear. Appears to have halved your basic strength. Even so, you've proved more than a match for poor Amanda. I, on the other hand, am in an altogether different league. My province is the mind. I've spent my lifetime, which is far longer than yours, gleefully unveiling its myriad mysteries, as I claimed this boy, Legion, and all the others on this rock. So shall I. You. Never! Oh, I like that. Only Storm ever offered me such spirited resistance. Enjoy this victory, child, though it's clearly cost you dear. It's but the merest taste of what it's ahead, until you're mine.
Gloat all you want, Buster, but I swear someday, somehow, I'll find a way to make you pay.
This kind of weird crustacean thing he turns into.
I don't know, dude.
Jeez.
It's like half brewed.
Yeah, it's got a very like shrimp, like prawn kind of thing going on there. But it comes out of his mouth like, jeez.
Yeah. Gross.
Pretty gross.
The Savage Land.
This was the village of Nereal's united tribes. We helped her build after the High Evolutionary restored the land to health. Not much left.
We did that one, right? That annual?
Yeah, 2 years back.
12? Yeah.
X-Men Annual 12.
There you go.
Someone's gone and staged themselves a nice little scorched earth war. Happened a while ago, too. Scavengers have taken care of any bodies. This was the sigil we X-Men left, sort of like the Lone Ranger and his silver bullet, to mark our passing. These stains are blood. Someone died defending it. Don't want to think who. Was counting on finding the real, or better yet, Khazar. Or is it Khazar?
To each their own.
Okay. So it's Khazar. Lord of the Savage Land, hereabouts figured they could get me the rest of the way back to the mainstream world. So much for that idea. Who did this? Seems like while I've been out of circulation, the whole world's gone and turned itself upside down. It's all nuts, the things that give life meaning. They're gone. Give me a break. I mean, girl, really? What are you, an X-Man? Or a wuss? Stop your whining right now this minute. Okay, times are hard. You pulled through, so you pulled some tough hands. That mean you're gonna fold for good? Mystique taught you better. So did Storm. Huh, that wind. Something's heading my way fast. How do, sugar? Remember me? Pow. So we see somebody watching on the screen.
Yeah.
And we see the object coming in. Contact imminent.
And you're right. Even at that bottom left panel, the very bottom panel with like, it's not wires, but they're electronics. Very Barry Windsor Smith colory kind of.
Yeah.
Lots
going on there.
Yep.
There you go. Carol, ow, how'd you find me? Oh, more importantly, how'd I survive that hit? Ah, look at me heft this log. That mean when we're in close proximity, she and I somehow share our powers? Ain't that a crock? If that's the best you're capable of, Rogue, darling, you might as well call it quits and yield me the life essence that's rightfully mine. It wasn't, and I won't. No way, no how. Face, she's like a walking corpse. Shoot, the same's happening to me. Weirder and weirder. Everything about me's back to normal, and she looks worse than ever. This can't be Carol. Said deep down inside, I know it is. Be a mercy to finish her. The way she's acting probably wouldn't hesitate to do the same to me. That's pretty much how Bonebreaker talked. Took her life once when I absorbed her psyche into myself. That time in San Francisco, I can't do it again. There's got to be another way. Maybe to cure her. You've gone soft, girl, and stupid. Should have struck while you had the chance. Haven't you realized yet? We don't possess sufficient life force between us to sustain two independent beings. As one prospers, the other rots. And guess what, sugar? That won't be me. Took time, precious time, almost a fatal stretch, but the Shadow King finally managed to track you down. And once you're dust, your powers added to mine, I'll be able to serve him that much better. Okay, so now she's serving Shadow King. What?
That's awesome. Scary. I'm happy.
Can't fight. No matter how hard I try, nothing works. She's draining me, body and soul, like I did her. Draining you dry, you misbegotten river rat, and glorying in every moment. I hope these last moments hurt, Rogue. I only wish I could prolong the torment. Battle's over, sugar. Our story's done. Ah! In that, my dear, I suspect you spoke more truly than you know. What?
In days past, during an earlier visit to the Savage Land by the X-Men, this was the island citadel of the winged would-be conqueror Sauron. constructed so stoutly that it managed to survive even the ravages of Terminus when he laid the land to waste. The population is much smaller now, and this was a fairly remote region even then, so no one knows the citadel is once more occupied like a bathroom stall. Its mechanisms and devices fully functional.
What happened to me? Oh, terrific. I'm fastened to some slab. Don't feel so bad, though. Matter of fact, I feel pretty darn good. Carol! Where is she? She was trying to kill me. Figured she'd pretty darn near succeeded, too. How'd I get here? You have nothing to fear, Rogue. That was my name. I know that voice. From Carol Danvers or myself. What's happened? Where is she? I did, child, what had to be done to save a life. Only one of you could survive. Magneto! I chose you.
Ooh,
Whoa.
great Magneto.
Right. Right. Like to end like that splash page to end it, pretty impressive.
Yes, and he's back in his old costume.
Right? Because the last time he would have been like Hellfire Club and then like New Mutants Headmaster, that kind of purpley red unitardy type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it looks crazy. It looks really, really good. And there are a few examples of great Magneto splash pages we come across, including, if memory serves, an opening panel, maybe an opening splash by Dave Cockrum way back. Maybe an issue, I don't know, 104 or something like that.
At the
as
military
well-
base?
What's that?
The military base? There's one at the military base.
Yeah, I think so.
Really good. Yeah.
And there was a great one by John Byrne at the end when I think it was when he gets the X-Men at the circus when they've been stuck with Mesmero.
Mesmero? Yeah.
And there was, so this is like feels like it's in that tradition of amazing Magneto splash pages. He really does probably draw the best Magneto. And we know there's a couple great ones coming when he continues on the adjectiveless X-Men. Really, really fantastic. And then you get this, that is a Jim Lee ad on the other side.
Right.
With like the three anti-heroes.
Right.
Right? Like if there ever was a Marvel ad that was sort of getting you ready for Image Comics, it feels like this is exactly what Image is pulling from, is like, yeah, we're going to get everyone who's badass on a team together. Mm-hmm. There's badass flying dude, badass gun cyborg dude, and badass knife dude. But it says, hatred becomes madness, madness becomes genocide. Wanted, dead or alive, by order of the chief engineer of Genosha.
Oh, he's back.
And we get Jim Lee's signature on the ad as well, which we don't normally see.
Yeah.
A 9-issue limited series running through X-Men, New Mutants, and X-Factor, Extinction Agenda, beginning this September from Marvel.
And that's next.
That is next. Ali says, that there is the first comic poster I ever got, and still have it.
Cool.
Beautiful. Now, I'm assuming we're referring to the Extinction Agenda, or was there a poster of Magneto? David is singing some Bon Jovi for us.
It's actually John Bovi. He's doing the reverse.
I love John Bovi.
Of course, who doesn't love John Bovi? Hey, can I ask you a question? There's a little on that last page. I can't read; it's too small.
Yes, sir.
After Extinction Agenda, First Strike, there's a little blurb. What does it say?
Okay, it says Maggie is in Magneto.
Yeah.
Maggie won't be there, but Storm, Havoc, Cable, the New Mutants, and a whole bunch of other folks will. See you there.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the Magneto storyline, I'm guessing, is gonna be paused, or who knows what. Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows.
Huh. Cool.
So Allie says it's the Magneto poster that she
That's
had.
pretty-
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah, for sure.
I'm guessing also that they removed the phrase "I chose you" and the overlay of Extinction Agenda stuff and the word Magneto. Is just the art, because it is really, really, really cool. It really is a great picture. Extinction Agenda. So I have those issues. You do not have
I do not have it.
the New Mutants.
No.
It's gonna be a tough read.
Do we want to do?
No.
You know, like, no. I just mean as we go through the X-Men, do we want to refer to what's happened in some of the other books?
Correct. So what we'll do is next issue, of course, we'll cover Uncanny X-Men 270, Extinction Agenda Part 1. And
Okay.
then when we get to, let's say, the second issue of X-Men in this, which would be Part 4, I will give you a flip through of Parts 2 and 3 before we read Part 4.
Sure. Okay.
And it's
that's cool.
going to be a lot, and the art is really up and down.
Okay.
So Liefeld, yes, not getting into it at the moment. And I believe maybe John Bogdanov on X Factor. I might be wrong. I might be mixing it up. But the story is dragged out over 9 issues. And it is a lot of craziness. So
Right.
a little bit of abbreviation might help.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a read.
And we
But
see
looking at the art is what we're, I think, going to be here for.
and we see Storm in the training suit.
Yeah. And I see Boom Boom.
Yep.
And Warlock.
And Warlock, yeah.
Now, right there, it looks like Boom Boom is just a miscolored Jubilee.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? Let's see. Ali says, summary of what I found out about the 6-year-old date on the right side of the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel printed a bunch of Bristol boards at the time. So, December 86 was the production timestamp for that batch of template sheets when the physical board itself was certified production use. That tracks really nicely, Ali. Well done. Even if you made that up, I still believe you, and I'm going to continue with that as being fact. So that is excellent. If you're saying that's not the day that Jim Lee was born, I thought maybe he was, 3 years old when he was making this comic. All right. Chris.
Yo.
Next week.
Uncanny.
It's
next week? Because it's a question mark.
Oh, yeah. Next week?
Next week?
And we'll talk more X-Men then. Oh, there's some X-Men.
Nice.
And there's some more X-Men.
Love the X-Men.
And that is something to look forward to. I'm excited to get into the Extinction Agenda. Okay. Because it is nonsense. It's bonkers.
It'll be what? Okay, so of our crossovers, we've done Inferno. We did Mutant Massacre, or at least, in terms of what we knew was happening in times of the book's publication.
Sure.
Are those the two so far? What else I'm missing? Any other crossovers?
I believe so.
Okay. All right.
But that brings us to the end of another episode. And I want to thank, of course, my good buddy, writer of Group of 7, Most Secret Tale, and Peregrine's Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Jason. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure, of course. And you can follow us on social media at Group of 7 Comics. At Group of 7 Comics. And you can find out more about our upcoming appearances in comics at group7comics.ca. Please click like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Share with us your take on this issue or any other X-Men issues. And please click like and subscribe. I said that already. Add a comment in the comment section below. That helps too. Goes a long way. and go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Thank you, Bubs. Stay X.
Have a great night, everybody.
Everyone be well. Next week, dude. More X-Men.